Excuse me. What makes you sneeze? So what makes you sneeze? Let me tell you how this video idea came to mind. Yesterday, my son was headed to work. And he steps outside and looks up at the sun and he sneezes. Then he looks over at me and says, it works every time. I was like, what? When you look at the sun, it makes you sneeze? He says, yeah, Dad. And of course, that brought a story to my mind. So I started off and I was like, I got a story to tell you about that. And right away, Justin says, Dad, I've heard all your stories. And I was like, okay. So I didn't tell him. I took him to work. And guys, this is why I do story time. Even though my kids claim they heard all my stories, you haven't. And personally, I like to tell stories. I don't know if it's the age I am, or I just don't know if it's the dad thing in me. But I like to hear other people's stories and I like to tell them. I got one for you today. Well, what makes you sneeze though, okay? For my son, it's looking up at the sun first thing in the morning. For other people, they say it might be pepper or spicy food. You know? What makes you sneeze? Personally, myself, every day, at the same time pretty much, I usually sneeze and I follow that sneeze with 2 other sneezes, a total of 3. And it's usually every evening, I sneeze. It's pretty much the same time. What makes me do that? Well, guys, this story has to do with sneezing. It has to do with something when I was 12 years old, back many years ago. Stay tuned, guys. It's a good story. I think you will enjoy it. All right, let's get up around this bend and let's get started. Oh, I got slight foot pain this morning, but no biggie. Yeah, like that's going to stop me from walking, right? Okay, years ago, my mother and I lived with my mother. Years ago, Mom moved around a lot. And by us having to move around a lot, I've been to many different schools. You know, no sooner I get into school and start making friends, whammo, we moved again, and I had to change schools. And some of these schools were not good schools at all. Some of these schools were downright bad. So this one particular year, or one particular school I went to, I really did not like it. For one reason, I was being bullied. Number 2, the teachers were mean. And this one particular day was giving a homework assignment of a book report. So we had to read something like a chapter or 2 in a book and do a book report about it. Well, for those of you guys that don't know me or haven't been watching the videos or haven't watched the videos this whole time, I'm dyslexic. I see things and read things backwards. Today, I know how to get around most of that stuff now. But back then, oh Lord, no. And I didn't know what was going on. I thought something was wrong with my brain because I wasn't able to do the things that these other kids could do. So I didn't get the book report done correctly. And back, you know, today it's as simple as telling your folks what's going on and they would understand. Back in that time, you know, my mom would tell me, oh, you need to study more. You need to put your face in that book. You need to do this. And that's what the teachers would say. I never once thought about freaking testing me. I wasn't tested for this until after I got out of school. Actually, that's not true. My senior year. Yeah. So, I did not want to go to school the next day. Right? And I'm like, I don't want to go because I know what the teacher's going to say, and plus I was getting bullied. I was like, how can I stay home from school? See, my mother would not let you stay home from school unless you was running a temperature 101 or 102, and you had to be damn sick, or your butt was going to school. Now, back in them days, when I was a kid, and I'm sure you guys did this too. I'm sorry, you guys and gals. You know, you ever take a thermometer, them old-fashioned thermometers, and rub them on your leg or anything and make the temperature go up? I used to play with thermometers all the time when I was a kid. And I was pretty good at making that thermometer read 103, almost 104. And I didn't think my mother knew that trick I used to do. So that night I kind of thought it out. I didn't go to sleep. I was like, okay, I knew I could get the thermometer to read a temperature. Now you gotta remember, when I did the thermometer trick, no sooner I got up to temperature, I had to put it in my mouth, because my mom figured out the thermometer wasn't wet on the other end. She knew something was up. Okay, I had the thermometer thing down pat, but I want to look sick. I want it to sound sick. And I was like, how can I make myself sneeze? Yeah. So you got to remember, this is back before the internet. Way before the internet. And the only thing I knew, maybe Pepper would do it. So while my mom was sleeping, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm in the kitchen trying to sniff Pepper. Yeah, I don't advise that, guys. Do not do that. For me, it didn't make me sneeze at all. Oh, God, no. That wasn't fun. Made my nose burn. So I was like, okay, that's not working. Well, after laying there for about the next hour and a half, I started scratching my upper lip. Of course, this is before the mustache. I was only 12 years old. I didn't start growing this till I was like 14. And so I started doing this. And then it started tickling my inner nose. And it was that tickle, you knew that a sneeze was coming. I was like, wait a minute. So I did it more and more. Yes, I made myself sneeze. It's roughly about 4:35 in the morning. And I was like, okay, that one sneeze ain't gonna be enough. So I continually doing that. All the way until it was time for me to wake up to go to school. And then I got up about 15 minutes. I never did go to sleep, by the way. So I wanted to look tired as well. Got up, told Mom I'm sick. And by sneezing all night long, my eyes are all puffy. You can tell in my voice that I had nasal, And then she says, get the thermometer, take your temperature. So I went in the bathroom, took the thermometer, rubbed it on a towel, got up to 102, put it in my mouth, it cooled it down to about 101. She checks my temperature. Okay, you can stay home today. Basically, all I did was buy myself time. But my mind back then, I got myself a day off school, so it was a whole day I didn't have to worry about getting in trouble when I went back to school. Of course, when I did go back, I had to face the music. But that only works once, the sick day. Now, about a year later, I tried the same trick with the thermometer, and Mom caught on to it, and she told me next time I do that, she's going to put it where I guarantee the temperature would tell the truth. And you know what end she was going to put it in, too. So, needless to say, I didn't do the thermometer trick much more after that. But yeah, I was able to make myself sneeze, and I still could do it today. I'm not going to show you all, but all I had to do is just rub underneath my nose, top of my lip, a couple times. Maybe use my fingernail to scratch the top of my lip, and it's enough tickle that would make me sneeze. So yeah, what makes you sneeze, guys? Tell me down there, what makes you sneeze? And by the way, if you ever wonder what this is, which I probably told you before, when I don't have Stormy with me, I like to walk with a stick in my hand. Don't ask. I couldn't exactly tell you why I do, but I do. And Stormy didn't want to come with me this morning, so I let her stay home. But her butt's coming with me tomorrow morning. Yeah, that's the main reason I'm here in Waterway Park, because there's less booms of people shooting their guns. And this, see, my dog remembers things, guys. Oh, I'm on my cool down lap, by the way. My dog remembers things. If she ever went to a park and she heard a loud boom, then she remembers that's where she heard that boom, and she has trouble going there. Well, she never heard any booms here in this park, so I've been able to bring her here all week, all for the exception of today, and she was just being lazy. Yeah, she didn't want to come out from beyond the chair. Alright guys, leave me comments. What makes you sneeze? And have you ever played hooky from school doing what I did? Till next time, come on! Let's get out of here!